Okay, Danny Lightning back with a review on FPV Freerider. This is a drone racing simulator. You can get this on your computer or on your phone. If you're playing it on your phone, you need like a wireless Xbox or PlayStation controller or something similar to that, because it's almost impossible to play this on your phone using the touchscreen. But if you can get a Bluetooth game controller, or if you can put this on your PC and play it with like an Xbox controller or something, this is a pretty awesome thing. It feels very realistic. Now, I find it to be extremely hard to go through those gates, surprisingly. As much as, when I used to fly those RC helicopters, I used to do all that stuff. I mean, the one thing I think I lacked was the precision control. I was really good at doing the tricks and just generally flying, but like some of those guys, they can sit there and they can do 3D in like a 10-foot by 10-foot square and not go out of it. I never had that kind of precision, so that's probably why I have such a hard time with going through those gates and all that kind of stuff when I play this. Now, if I turn off the acro mode and go into the self-leveling mode, I can usually make it through a bunch of the gates if I go slow. Trying to judge how low to the ground you actually are, that's hard to do. And I'll tell you what, man. Oops. When I flew a real FPV racing drone, of course I wasn't low to the ground. It wasn't mine, so I stayed up high. I just flew around and did basic stuff. I never did any flips or tricks or nothing. Just flew around with it in FPV. And it's kind of funny because I'm like, oh man, how high am I? Like 40, 50 foot in the air? They're like, no, you're like 10 foot off the ground. And it looks like you're so high off the ground when you're actually really low to the ground. And I find this the same way on this simulator. So, I mean, this thing seems pretty darn accurate. But, I mean, if you don't know how to fly a drone and you're just trying to learn, this would be awesome if you're trying to do FPV. Now, this does have a non-FPV mode where you can watch it in, like, first-person view. And I'll tell you what, it's very hard to see the little quadcopter. So, I don't know if this would be good for learning to fly one non-FPV. Flying FPV and flying without FPV are two extremely different things. So right now I'm going to try and go through some of these gates. And as you can see, I'm terrible at this. Let's see if I can make it through this one. Ooh, got it. Nope. So I'm going to turn on the self-leveling mode now and try and go through some of these gates. And for some reason, I find this thing to be so much more controllable in self-leveling mode. Now, if you buy the full version of this game and not just the demo, you can actually change the controls to your likings to make it fly the way you would like. On this, you pretty much get what you get. You got high rates, you got low rates, you got acro mode and non-acro mode, and there's no adjustments. But I think it's like $5 for the full version of this. And it'd probably be worth it if you really want to learn to fly or really want to practice. I don't really know of any other really good drone simulators out there. But this one is pretty decent. When I flew the FPV drone, I'm not even sure if it was self-leveling or not, to tell you the truth. It was so long ago, I just don't remember it. So let's go back into acro mode. I always love that trick for some reason. Half a roll to half a flip. I don't know, that's always really cool. Another thing I like is when they do that, but let's get up real high. I guess that's as high as I can go. So you do half a flip, and then you swirl down like that. Oh, and I hit the ground. I thought I was higher up. So that's a really cool trick. But yeah, this is a really great simulator. Now let's do some really fast flight. I'm not going to get too low because I will destroy this thing. It's very hard to tell, but you can see them really high up there. To me, it doesn't look like I'm that high until I see like the gates in the car. It's like I'm way above it. If the gates in the car wasn't there, I would have no idea how close to the ground I was. You know, it looks like I'm pretty low to the ground, but I'm not. That's got to be the hardest thing about flying FPV racing drones is figuring out how close to the ground you are. Yeah, these things are fun to fly. I'm out of practice. I mean, I haven't really flown much of anything in a long time. If I were to ever get an FPV drone, it would probably be more of like a camera ship. One of these would be cool too, but I would love to be able to do some like aerial photography. I've always been into photography. I love photography. Oh, crashed it. Let's try and go through some of these gates again. Sometimes I can get it if I go slow. I missed that one. See, I just don't have that precision control. I do that a lot. I hit the thing. Even that first gate's kind of hard to get through. I'm terrible. I am terrible. Alright, let's go through here. Nope. Nope. Oh, I'm gonna crash. Ooh, I made it through that one. But yeah, this is a lot more challenging than most people would probably think. Now, I do see this phone app has a lot of bad reviews. People are probably getting it and trying to play it on their phone. And it even says right on the description that this isn't made to be played on your phone. It can be, but it's supposed to be made with an external controller. Like right now, I'm playing it with the Xbox One controller. And I had to calibrate the controller and all that stuff, and it flies great. Flies really, really nice. I mean, to me this does feel very realistic. Now Phoenix Sim, I didn't seem to have any type of realistic drones on it. All the drones, I don't know why I'm calling them drones now, because I was always really against calling these things drones. That's all you hear, drone, 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 drone. Nobody calls them multi-rotors or quadcopters or anything anymore. You just hear drones. So I guess it's been beaten in my head so many times that these things are drones, even though they're not drones. Drones aren't piloted by a person. Drones are pretty much where you put the coordinates into a computer and the computer flies it. Alright? This is being piloted by an actual person. Even though you're not inside of it, you're still piloting it. This is not technically a drone. I don't know, look the definition up of what an actual drone is. Who knows, nowadays it might even say something like this, but a while back it would be like an autonomous, I think that's how you pronounce that word, flying aircraft, which means not piloted by a human. And these things are definitely piloted by humans. You're just not inside of them. Ooh, I made it through that one. Gonna make that one. Oh, I hit the ground, but I didn't crash somehow. See, that would be cool if you could get a drone like this with some big old wheels on the bottom. So when you do hit the ground like that, it just kind of bounces back up or something instead of crashes. Of course, that's extremely unrealistic. I'm just talking. I don't know what I'm talking about, my man. I'm just yappity. Oh, got it. Oh, crashed. But not being in self-leveling mode, this is the best I've ever done at going through these things. So, I mean, I'm sure if I really practiced at this, I would probably be able to get the hang of it. And you would probably want to practice by going pretty slow. Now in this demo mode, you don't have much of anything you can do here. Let me exit this. So there would be 6 maps you can go to, but I can only do 1 map. I've got my throttle at 0 center, because that means like With this Xbox controller, alright, the throttle stick, the left stick stays at center all the time. It's not like a RC aircraft controller where the left stick is loose. So it always wants to pop back to 0. So therefore I've got 0 throttle at center because it just didn't feel right with 0 throttle all the way down at the bottom the way this controller is designed. Dead zone is off. I actually don't know what that is. I'm going to turn that back on and give this a try and see how it feels. But yeah, normally you would have all these different places you could go. It doesn't look like there's different drones you can pick from. Maybe there is on the full version, I'm not sure. Either way, you don't really need to choose different ones. Alright, let's give this a try with this dead zone off. I have no idea what that is. I think it originally came with it set to dead zone off. Actually, this seems a lot easier to fly. Or maybe I'm just getting the hang of this. Almost made it. Almost. But yeah, I don't know. I think I like it without the dead zone. I have no idea what it does. Trying to do tricks too low to the ground. Now it says these settings are sluggish. I don't think they're sluggish at all. I mean, let's get up here and do a flip. That's not sluggish. It's not like super fast controls, but they are definitely not sluggish. But they're set up pretty decent in my opinion. This is about how I would probably want one in real life, I would think. I wouldn't want crazy fast controls. Maybe I would, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It does actually seem to fly different with the dead zone settings set off. And I crashed her. I would probably do a lot of this in real life, so this will save you some money flying on one of these simulators. I mean, if you're wanting to do some racing drones and you don't know how to fly or you're not very good at it, definitely get one of these sims because, I mean, heck, even this free version, if that's all you get, this is really all you need to learn to fly. I mean, honestly, I would spend the $5 and get full version of this. But that's just me, I guess. Oh. Alright, I think that dead zone thing was a pain in the butt. Or maybe it's just the fact that I'm getting the hang of this. I don't have much time on this at all. I just pretty much downloaded it and installed it, started flying. I'm having a lot of fun here, actually. I know there's another one of these drone simulators that's on Steam, but I think it's about $20. At one point in time, I guess it was free, and it sounds like that one's even better than this. But I don't really know because I haven't actually played it. I should try and hook my DX8 up to this and see if I can actually fly this with the DX8. I don't think it'll work, but all I have is that little dongle that comes with the Phoenix Sim to try and hook the DX8 up. It might work. It very well might work. I don't know. I'll have to try that later on, maybe today or tomorrow or something. But anyways, I'm not super good at this. If I were to have an actual drone though, I think I would like for it to fly similar to the way this one flies. I'm just trying to follow these things right now, not actually go through them. That might be like some good practice, just to trying to get the control of trying to steer it, like without having to get too low to the ground to start off with. Alright, let's switch to non-FPV mode. We're going to hit reset and we're going to start right here. So this would be very hard to learn to fly on this thing. Whoa. Because it doesn't really zoom in and it's so small, you would have to stay really close. Let me turn self-leveling on. Now flying, wow, I'm doing all kinds of bad. This thing's all over the place. I guess these controls are pretty sluggish. I'm used to... That's high rates. Let's see what it's like on low rates. Okay, on low rates this is easier to control, but it's still kind of all over the place. Now, anytime I've flown a drone in real life, it flew way better than what this is flying. Right here, okay? This is extremely hard. Like if I get on my Phoenix Sim, I can fly way better than this on helicopters, drones, or airplanes. So I'm not really sure if this is good for learning to fly when you're not in FPV, because it's like the throttle's really hard to control. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. It's not easy to control at all in this situation. I've never had this hard of a time flying anything in real life. Well, I mean, when I first started I did, but... Let's go back to Cockpit View, because that's a lot easier. Alright, flying in FPV is going to be way easier than if you're flying without FPV. Because you only have to worry about one direction, you know. You don't have to worry about, oh, it's coming towards me and the controls are backwards and all that kind of stuff. I'm surprised I didn't crash into that thing and burn. I'm starting to get the hang of this, sort of. Oh, nope, missed it. It would be really nice if the ground was actually level. I mean, especially for someone who's just trying to learn this stuff, all these bumps, all that junk, the uneven ground. I mean, you're probably not going to go somewhere where the ground is this uneven when you're learning to fly. So for training purposes, level ground would be so much better. Now probably, I'm gonna guess some of the other courses probably have level ground. I'm not really sure, but I think this is a very nice app. Now if I try and go slow, I missed that one. Maybe I can. It's actually harder when you're going slow. I think. Hit the thing. But yeah, I mean, this is actually a cool simulator. So I'm gonna end this. I think I've flown enough of this, so alright, talk to you guys later.